You want to talk about a fascinating story. A guy named Jason Padgett was just a normal guy, and then he got brutally mugged in a park. And after that incident, when he fully recovered, he became a math genius. Now, when I say math genius, I should also specify, I don't mean like he's good as a teacher or something like that. I mean he can literally see the laws of physics in front of him at all times. And they give the example of, for example, when he looks at a leaf, he could see the geometric patterns in a leaf or the structure and beautiful patterns in running water. You and I just see like fluid, liquid coming out of a faucet. He can actually see the different molecules and laws of physics at work. And he says it's fascinating and is beautiful. And this is an excerpt from his book. Listen to this. Quote, "Doctors tell me that nothing in my brain was newly created or added when I was injured. Rather, innate but dormant skills were released. This theory comes from psychiatrist Darold Treffert, who is considered the world's leading authority on savants and acquired savants. He treated the late Kim Peck, who is the inspiration for the savant character in the movie Rain Man. A mega savant who memorized 12,000 books, including the Bible and the Book of Mormon, but who had so many physical challenges that he had to rely on his father for his most basic needs. When I met with Dr. Treffert in his hometown of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, he told me that these innate skills are, in his words, factory-installed software or genetic memory. After interviewing me in his office and in his home, he declared that my acquired synesthesia and savant syndrome was self-evident, and he also suggested that all of us have extraordinary skills just beneath the surface. Much as birds innately know how to fly in a V form and fish know how to swim in a school, why the brain suppresses these remarkable abilities is still a mystery, but sometimes when the brain is diseased or damaged, it relents and unleashes the inner genius." So, why am I telling you this story? Well, other than the fact that it's just so interesting. I'm not advocating like, hey, go and have your friend hit you in the face with a frying pan. You know, go get smacked around with a baseball bat. No, don't injure yourself. Calm down. That's not what we're saying here. And obviously, the overwhelming majority of the time somebody gets fucked up, they don't all of a sudden become some sort of genius in a particular area. But the point is, look at the human potential that's lurking right beneath the surface. And I think one of the things that could lead somebody to live a very fruitful and productive and happy life is to try to tap into that potential in one way or another. And in this case, you know, it might be, hey, now the guy's a math genius. He can actually literally see the laws of physics in front of him. Or it could be, somebody like the example they give here of they can memorize every book they read. They can't do other things, but they're just so good at this one thing, it's incredible, right? Or it could even be something where the person's not a savant, but they've kind of tapped into a certain kind of genius within them, whether it's musical geniuses like Mozart or Beethoven, or people who just have an ear that know how to craft a beat or a feeling or a sensation through art that make people feel a connection through emotions, that they're just able to tap into that visceral level that most people can't do, that I certainly can't do, and you probably can't do, no offense. Or somebody like, I always think of Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. Like the level, like what they're able to do. People who really know sports, people who really know sports, they look at that and they're like, what the fuck? Like, how are you doing that? How are you doing that? That doesn't make sense. You're destroying all these records and doing these amazing things. It's not possible for a human being, just a regular person, to just do that. Like, to just be able to be that good. And there's a lot of things that go into it, and there's practice, and there's innate abilities, and there's hours and hours and hours of drilling things into your head and grasping concepts and working on things. But the point is this, man, it all comes back to the same thing. If you work on it and you strive for it and you care about it and you dedicate yourself to it, who the fuck knows what human beings can accomplish? I mean, we fucking came up with the polio vaccine and the measles vaccine, and we eradicated certain diseases, and we came up with the internet, and we came up with the fucking telephone and electricity. I could pick up a phone and call somebody in Germany and have a real-time conversation with them. I could talk to somebody in Australia all the way across the fucking world, 16 hours away by plane. We could do all these amazing things. We went to the moon, man. We could do all these things. And the reality is that human potential is unlimited if we just focus on it and we care about it and we work on it. And a story like this is just the kind of inspiration that we need to remind ourselves of that.